Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of my podcast. Now, in case this is your first time tuning in, this is the B Channel podcast where my objective is to bless, edify, and encourage others to live their best lives. Now, how do I do that here? I spill the tea on all my favorite books that I've been reading in my quiet time. Now, before we dive into today's episode, be sure to like and share this episode if it blessed you, and subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss any future episodes. You can also catch up with me at B Channel 27 on all my socials. I will include a link to my socials in the episode description. Now, today's episode, I'm going to do it a little bit differently than I usually do. And I want to talk about the truth about faith. And I'm going to share two books with y'all that I really enjoyed, because I've been in this place recently where I am discussing faith and prayer. Like, I'm reading a lot about faith and prayer and just having that little dialogue with myself about this in terms of my Christian walk and areas that I want to improve in, you know. And I'm going to be talking about Unsinkable Faith by Tracy Miles. Now, she is someone who I've read a book by before, and it's called How to Love Life Again. And that was really inspirational. So if you want to learn more about her, be sure to go check out my previous episode called How to Love Life Again, where I talk about that book that she wrote. And I feel like both of those were along similar lines, Unsinkable Faith and How to Love Life Again. So it'll be great, whichever one you decide to read. And I just love how she talked about, the steps that you have to take to have unsinkable faith. It's not like a short journey. It's not like there's a destination. You're going on this journey, and it's going to take time, and it's going to take patience to go on this journey. It doesn't happen overnight. And that is what I found to be really fascinating about the book. Was she didn't mince words about how there are going to be ups and downs, and there are going to be ebbs and flows, and you just have to choose to keep going every day. And you can follow her on IG at Tracy Miles, and that's where you can get in contact with her. Now, this next book I want to talk about is Crazy Faith by Mike Todd. And there's been a lot of controversy swirling around about him lately, but the book had good bones. I really believe that the book had good bones, so it would be disservice not to talk about it. And he was basically talking about how it's levels to faith, and you might find yourself in different phases of faith and going back and forth between the phases, and that it's not like the end of the world, but it does start with a decision, and it's about baby steps, and it's about believing in something that you cannot see, believing that God has something for you despite what you can see right now, and looking beyond that. And he's even taken the liberty of stating faith scriptures in the back of the book, as well as what he likes to call hot questions, humble, open, and transparent questions to ask yourself, and verses to affirm yourself when you have those moments of doubt and things of that nature. And I really was fascinated by this whole idea that there can be something like maybe faith and crazy faith, and there's moments where you have fading faith, and then there's moments where you grow and you mature and your faith looks different than when you first started. It's kind of like, when you think about it, it's like a flower. You plant that seed in the ground, right? And you water that seed, but it might be a while before you see anything come up. And then even when it comes up, it's not in bloom. It's still closed up. And then after a while, after some sunlight and after some more watering, it turns into a flower. It blossoms into a flower. And then it grows and grows and grows. But it's all about, are you watering that seed of faith? What are you doing to cultivate more faith in your life? What are you doing to grow your faith? It's not like you can just leave that seed there and not water it and not expose the seed to the proper sunlight and expect it to grow. Like, it only grows because it's worked. Because faith without works is dead. So, that's what it says in James 2:17. And a lot of times, in this faith walk, we think, oh, we're going to get to some pinnacle, and we're just going to believe and believe like never before, and then nothing's going to, rattle you, And the truth is that things happen in life that do rattle you, but it's in those moments when you have to make a decision about what you're going to believe. Who you're going to believe in. Are you going to believe what the world says? Are you going to believe what God says and what He has promised? And are you going to cling to what God has promised? Or are you going to cling to the lies of the world? So it's just pivotal that we understand the role that we have in this journey. Like, we're not just sitting by the sidelines hoping and wishing that our faith would grow or that our faith would be deeper. We have to be an active participant in this journey of growing our faith. Like, it's not going to happen overnight. You have to work at it and be patient and just understand that if you want to grow, you got to put in that work. Put in that work. And it's not to say that you have to earn God's love or anything like that, because as it says in Ephesians chapter 2 verses 8 through 9, we couldn't have earned it. It's by grace that we were saved through faith. So it's not about works, but it's about, are you putting in the effort in the relationship? Because think about it, with this faith relationship, that's the thing too. With a faith relationship, you have to have, it's two people having a dialogue, right? Now God is speaking to us through His word. It's up to us to listen to what He's saying in the word, and wait, for more revelation and clarity, instead of just moving impulsively through our lives. And it can be hard to do sometimes, and it's not easy, but it's important that we learn to wait and not just jump to the next decision and just move haphazardly through life. We have to move with precision. We have to move with thoughtfulness and intention through our lives. And that's what the book was basically telling me. Like, both of the books, to have this unsinkable crazy faith, we have to do what we can do and let God do the rest. So if we do our part, then the Holy Spirit can help us, along the way to grow. But we can't just expect to have this amazing faith and not read our Bible, not listen to our praise and worship music to keep our minds regulated, and not do anything, like not pour into ourselves with the sermons and the podcasts and things like that. And everybody doesn't necessarily have the that church community that they can find to love on them and everything like that. But it's also about those godly friendships, that those people in your life that hold you accountable, that also are walking on their journeys trying to love God better and be better and know more about God themselves. So it's about who you surround yourself with too on the journey. It's not a journey that you should be walking on alone. You should find people that feel the same way about God that you do, and that can help you as well. So it's about community, but it's also about your personal relationship and you getting to know God for yourself and seeking God for yourself. So it's not something that somebody else can do for you. It's about you doing the work, and about you surrounding yourself with like-minded people to help you and keep you accountable as well. That's something that I'm learning. Isolation is not your friend on this journey. So make sure you find your people, find your tribe, find your circle, and Even if that's just somebody that you don't even know online. If you have a support group, seek out that support group on Facebook or whatever the case may be, like friends that you find or people that you follow on Instagram that are inspiring to you. But it's really just about those private moments with God that really matter. So you can find both of these books, Unsinkable Faith and Crazy Faith, online on Amazon and anywhere else where books were sold, I would imagine. And you can follow Mike Todd at I am Mike Todd pretty much everywhere. But anyway, that's all I have to say on those topics for today, and I hope that it sheds some light for you on this faith journey and blessed you in some way, shape, or form. Peace and blessings until next time.